If you're learning SQL and you're using the DVD rental database, you must know these 5 aggregate functions. They help you to answer real business questions like total revenue and the number of customers, and so many other questions. Today, I am teaching aggregate function using the popular DVD rental database in Progress SQL. Aggregate function helps you to, summarize your data and return one result from multiple rows. Aggregate function is like doing maths on a whole column. Aggregate function also helps you collapse multiple rows into one. So let's look at the most important ones. So we have count. If you remember what you learned in your Excel, where you learned your count, your sum, your minimum, your maximum, your counter. So this is what we call aggregate function in SQL. So our first business question is, how many customers do we have? All you need to do is, first of all, you want to start with your language, your SQL language, right? You type your select, you want to count customers. So you're going to type after your SQL language, after your command, you type your aggregate function. You want to know how many customers this data set has, right? You open your bracket. In that bracket, you type your asterisks in it. So this is going to count all customers for you. So select count asterisks from where? From what table? It's going to be from customer table, because the question said let's count how many customers do we have. So it's definitely going to be from customer table. And if you check your DVD rental, you see that you have customer table. So let's go to tables and expand tables. So we have customer table right here. So let's run this. Now you can see that you have 599 customers. So aggregate function, collapses multiple rows. It's like doing maths on a whole column. So it, counts everything for you. It sums everything for you. It finds minimum for you. It helps you to solve business questions. So let's try another business question. How many rentals do we have? Another business question is, how many rentals do we have? Mind you, you already have your rental table, right? Yes. So select, you're going to enter your count aggregate function. Your function is count, right? You want to count how many rentals. So you want to count everything. I remember what your count does. Your count counts everything in a row, right? Everything in a column. All the rows in a column is what your count counts. So from what table? You have your rental table, because the question says how many rentals do we have? So it's definitely going to be from rental table. And if you check your DVD rental, you have the rental table. So you type that out from rental, semicolon, and let's go. So you have 160,044 44 rentals. So let's answer another business question. So your applications in SQL help you to answer business questions. They help you to summarize your data, right? Yeah, so let's say your manager asks you to find total revenue, or to bring out all the total revenue from, from the sales of their different products. So what are you going to do? You're going to use the aggregate functions. And your aggregate function works this way. First of all, you write in your command. What is the aggregate function you want to use? You write that out, just like we have here. Select first, your command first. Next, after your command is your what? Your aggregation, your aggregate function next. And under it, you now add your second command, which is your from command. So let's say we are asked to find what is the total revenue generated. Okay, you're going to be using DVD rental, yeah? So if your first command is your select total revenue, what is the function to use when you're looking for totals? You're using your sum function, remember. So sum in brackets, you're going to type up, first of all, let's go to our payments. Let's expand our payment table. And let's see what we have in our column. So we should have amount in our column, right? So we have amount. So we want to sum up this amount, right? So in this your open bracket, you type your amount, the way it is spelled in small letters in this your payment table. And you come down from From what table? From payments, right? Semicolon, and let's run this. So looking for totals, you always use your sum aggregate function. So this is the total. Total is 613 um 620,012.04. This is the total revenue generated. So let's answer another question, right? Another business question is, what is the average payment amount? So let's go. What is the average payment amount? Okay, you enter your first command, which is select average, your aggregate function. You have to, take note of your question, the question that you're answering. All right. Remember, your aggregations are what? Your sum, your minimum, your maximum, your count, your average. All right. So these are your aggregate functions. So when you have entered your first command, which is your select, the next thing you want to enter is your aggregate function, right? So you want to find average, just type your average, or you can use AVG. All right. What are we supposed to find the average for? We're supposed to find average amount. We are going to type amount. This amount you're typing is your column. Remember, your select command works with column. Your select is what? Asking you what columns do you want to work with, right? Remember, and your from is asking you, okay, from what table do you want to get these columns from? Remember that, right? So your aggregate function works with columns. It works with the columns. What column do you want to find average amount? What column do you want to find sum? What column do you want to find minimum? What column do you want to find maximum? So your aggregate functions work with column, and that's why it comes rightly after your first command, which is your select command. Now let's go. From what table? From is going to be from payments. Your payment should be spelled exactly the way it is spelled in your table, right? From payment in small letter, semicolon to prove that you're done with this question, and you click run it. Click on it. So you have your average amount at 4.2. Yes. So let's ask another business question, which is you're going to be using minimum this time around. That question is, what is the lowest payment made? Now, your first command is select. Lowest means minimum. So just type your MIN in brackets. You want to put your amount, right? That's it. You want to find lowest payment made. Amount also means payment, right? So from under it, your second command is your from command. From where? From payment table. Let's execute this. So the minimum amount is 0.0. Let's also try finding the highest value. To find the highest value in SQL, you use your max. To find lowest value in SQL, you use your lowest. To find totals, you use your sum. Alright. And for instance, you have to count how many customers does the business have. The function or the aggregate function to use is your count function. Yeah. So all those functions in your Excel in SQL it is called aggregate function. So let's go. We want to find what is the highest payment made. Yeah, so we are going to start with our first command, which is select. This time I'm going to be max because the question is find is the highest payment made, right? So max in bracket amount, right? From what? From payment table. From payment. So let's go. So the max amount is 11.99. The aggregate functions automatically ignore nodes value. It doesn't calculate node values for you. Okay. So that's it. I'm going to give you some questions for you to answer. Right. So I would like you to practice this on your own. How many films are available I also like you to find average rental duration. Yeah, so I want you to answer these two questions, and I'll be looking for your answers in comment section. Okay, I think I'm going to add four more or five. So count number of customers, find highest payment date, also count total things in database, and also find average payment made, find total revenue from payment, find total revenue from payment table. Yeah. So in our next lesson, I'm going to be showing us how to use group by. Since we're using individual data sets, our next topic is group by clause. So taking a look at how to use group by in SQL. So follow me for more data analytics content. If you're just joining in, subscribe, like, and share. And I'll be seeing you in our next video. Bye.